All right, can we just stop down for just a second and talk about how hot the potato farmers are? No, I don't mean hot like that. I mean physically. Very warm season for the Washington potato growers, and we should thank them because summer is a crucial time for potato farming as warm weather and longer days provide optimal conditions for potato growth. Bet you didn't think you'd learn that on our podcast. These families are working hard to make sure you have French fries, to make sure you have mashed potatoes, and it is important to appreciate the hard work of our farmers who help sustain our food supply and don't get the same breaks this summer as you do. Learn more about how great our Washington State potato farmers are. Just go to potatoes.com/farmfamilies.
Hey, I'm Jay Shetty, and I'm the host of On Purpose. In this week's episode, I had the honor to interview President Joe Biden in his first ever personal interview about mental health.
We have an enormous opportunity, but the thing I want to change is American attitude. We can do anything. There's nothing we've ever set our mind to we've not been able to do we've done together. For real.
Listen to On Purpose with Jay Shetty on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
On How Rude, Tanneritos, the Full House Rewatch podcast. Join characters Stephanie Tanner and Kimmy Gibbler, also known as actresses Jodie Sweetin and Andrea Barber, as they relive every episode of your favorite Friday night comfort show.
We spent our entire childhoods on a little show called Full House, playing frenemies, but becoming besties whenever the cameras weren't rolling. And now, 35 years later, it's our biggest adventure yet.
Listen to How Rude, Tanneritos on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Second date update.
Being a woman on a dating app must be like going to the Cheesecake Factory and looking at the menu.
Oh.
You just have so many options and pages to choose. You don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, do I want something that's tart and 6'4", or something with a little more in the middle, but he's got chocolate chips in his teeth?
Okay. From Alexis's reaction, I don't think the menu items look that good for her.
It's a subpar menu.
Yeah.
Did I say the Cheesecake Factory had a great menu?
Good
I
point.
said
All
there's a
right.
lot of options.
A lot of options, not rave reviews on all of them.
I mean, I bring it up because one of our listeners, Morgan, says she met a guy recently on a dating app. And so I want to hear about it. Morgan, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Was he the Snickers cheesecake of your life?
Oh, that's the good one.
I mean, honestly,
Or
though.
That's
the
what
Adam's
it is.
peanut butter one is really good.
I am curious, as a woman, how do you decide who you want to go out with if you're getting tons and tons of swipes?
I mean, you kind of pick one that, like, maybe has something that stands out to you. You know, you kind of go with your gut.
All right.
Okay.
And how did your gut do for you this time?
Yeah, what was your gut craving? What's its name?
Well, I wasn't craving this, but I saw his picture and he was really good looking. And then I realized he had taken his picture of himself on a toilet.
Oh, no.
What?
And he's like, it's in a funny way. And he's like surrounded by toilet paper and he's got like a toilet brush in one hand.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So your gut was craving Toilet Boy?
Yeah.
And I just thought it was hysterical.
Oh, you thought it was funny.
Oh, God.
Interesting. What was
Okay.
his name?
Aiden.
Aiden.
Okay.
I thought it sure it was going to be like Ed or Rupert.
All right. You swiped on toilet guy Aiden.
He must be hot to be able to pull off a toilet picture.
I'm confident, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the
Like
only
a
way you
six-pack.
can do it. Yeah.
That makes sense. So what did you and Aiden do when you went out?
Well, we met up and went to a bar, and we were having like a pretty good time, a little fun. We were drinking a little bit, and as we drank, we talked more. And at one point, we kind of bonded about like our most memorable date.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so I told him about mine, and I was like, it was kind of a normal date. And he was like, well, why was it so memorable? And I was like, well, I was engaged to a different person at the time.
Oh, God.
Oh,
wow. You just threw that out there?
Yeah, he was like, oh, gosh.
That's a bomb.
Yeah, what
Wait,
was-
so you were cheating on your fiance?
Well, I mean, I was kind of on the way out.
Oh, that's not an
Okay.
Just checking the field out one more time.
Yeah. As a guy, if you're sitting across from somebody and you hear them say that, that would be kind of a red flag. I mean,
believe
not
the
kind
date.
of.
You
That's
say
a big
what?
red
Sorry.
flag.
I can't believe you said kind of.
Yeah,
even to
I know.
begin with that.
Excuse me. The giant red flag.
What did he say?
Yeah.
What was his reaction to that?
Well, he was like, you're not engaged now, right? And I was like, oh, no. We laughed about it. And, you know, like looking back, I realized it was probably a really bad thing to do and I shouldn't have done that, you know. But I hope he doesn't think I'm an unfaithful person.
Well, he probably does.
Yeah, if that's how you
Maybe,
guys
yeah.
meet. He's gonna
Okay.
think one day
Yeah.
if I'm engaged to you, you may go on dates with other guys.
That's kind of intense. What was his most memorable date?
I honestly, I don't even remember.
Oh,
Yeah, I probably changed the momentum.
Yeah, she was just
Yeah.
shame spiraling, realizing what she had done.
oh my gosh, girl.
Yeah, I was kind of, my mind was elsewhere. But, like, we kind of got over it and started, like, talking kind of flirty again.
Oh, you did?
Okay. What do you talk flirty about after admitting to dating other people on your fiance?
Quick change of subject, right? And at one point, like, I asked him, are you a boob guy or a butt guy? And he was a boob guy. And I had mentioned, like, oh, I was thinking maybe about getting an enhancement.
Oh,
Okay.
you're just throwing it all out there.
That's a smart strategy,
You're like,
though.
2 of my 3 husbands are butt guys.
Yeah. Why is it a smart strategy? Just because boobs are going to distract him that much?
Totally. He's going to forget everything that
Yeah.
happened before
You
that
have to
moment.
tell him.
I don't know, man.
Trust me, I
You
know.
do.
We
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
God, that's why.
You said
Okay.
boob enhancement. I haven't heard anything else she said since.
Yeah. Oh my God. Gross.
All right.
Maybe at this point I'm getting a little too tipsy. The night kind of ended a little faster than I thought it would, but like I said, I'm kind of glad it did end because the alcohol was really starting to kick
Yeah,
in.
who knows what else you would have shared?
Yeah.
My God.
This is kind of a train wreck, not gonna lie.
It feels like an overshare.
But again, remember, this is a guy who takes pictures of himself on the toilet and posts them online. We're
But
not-
that's funny.
Yeah.
Cheating on your fiance, not really.
Well, I didn't cheat. I mean, technically. I went on a date. I had a free meal.
No, that's full cheating. You can't date someone else. Wait, did you tell him that too? Did you tell him that?
No, I said nothing happened. It was just dinner and, some social time.
What?
Okay. Yeah,
Mind blown.
She answered the question honestly. It was a memorable date night for her.
And everyone
I shouldn't say it
else-
was the best date night for her. It was a memorable
And
one.
all relationships are different. I do think like 99% of them would consider cheating, but maybe you have a really cool fiance.
well, no, they're not together anymore. I think
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Well, we haven't asked that. Are you still with your fiance?
No, her date asked that.
No, I'm single.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her date even asked to make sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's a smart guy, I guess.
Yeah.
Sorry, I remember. I stopped listening.
So we
It's
need
a
to
boob
help
thing.
you come back from this because I'm guessing that you have not heard from him.
Well, I have.
Oh,
Wrong again, Brooke.
Oh
Good
my
work.
God.
How does that feel?
okay. So why are you calling us then? Why don't you guys just go out?
Well, he's like kind of aloof. Like he's not getting back to me right away. And
Sometimes it's an energy shift, or like when you ask specifically about dating,
Oh my
and
God.
they all of a sudden don't answer.
Would it be amazing if we call him and we find out he has a fiance?
Oh.
Why is that funny now? It wasn't funny when the
now
girl
it's
did it.
funny.
Now it's
Just the
hilarious.
irony of it all,
Oh,
you know?
okay. Ironically funny. Well, let's find out how funny it really is. We're going to come back. We're going to call Aiden for you, toilet boy himself, and
Yeah.
we'll see what he has to say. Try and get you a second date update right after this, all right?
okay.
Okay, hold on.
Second date update.
We've always said on this show, talking about exes on a first date is a big no-no.
Yeah.
But we've never said anything about bringing up past behavior when you were engaged and you accidentally went on a date with somebody else.
I don't think she was an
Whoopsies,
accident.
I got a free dinner and a funny story out of it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
See,
silly.
if we don't want our listeners to do that, we need to explicitly tell them not to.
Well, I mean, that's actually true. I mean, this woman doesn't even think that was cheating.
It wasn't.
Oh.
It's not cheating until parts touch.
No.
That's
no.
Emotional cheating.
If my husband went on a date with someone, you better, yes, you better bet your butt that
Can you
it's
imagine
cheating.
coming home from work, Brooke?
Oh
like,
my
I've
God.
been on 4 dates this week, and they're all been so bad, honey.
So do I have to cancel dinner with him later? Is that
Yes,
what you're saying?
Jeffrey.
He's going to be really upset about
Jeff
this.
and Michael.
All right, but see, this is something that happened to one of our listeners, Morgan, on her date, who told a story about how she went out with a different guy while she was betrothed to another. They're no longer betrothed.
Okay.
She made that
yeah.
clear.
Engaged.
Well, I didn't want to keep saying engaged,
Yeah.
so I had to
Being
dig
creative.
into my, source.
Behooved.
She's single.
Yes, she is
Yes.
single
Yes.
and trying to mingle once again with Aiden. That's the guy that she went out with.
Yep.
So, Morgan, how we doing?
I'm doing good.
Really, even after hearing all that. Okay.
You know what it is.
Okay, I apologize. I like your attitude, though, Morgan. I think you have a
Yeah.
good attitude. It sounds like you can take a good joke.
That's
She
me.
means that in the most demeaning way possible. You don't realize that.
I don't.
Imagine her
does.
saying this talking
Yeah.
down to you.
That's not true.
That's where it's coming from. But we're all on your side, at least for now, Morgan. We'll see if it changes when we call Aiden, okay?
Okay,
Bro,
good.
don't laugh evilly every time I say things like that. Okay, here we go.
Call him.
Good luck to me. Let's do it.
Cracking me up right now.
Hello?
Hey, is this Aiden?
Yeah. Sorry, who's this?
My name is Jeff from Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. We're a radio show.
Hey, Aiden.
I won't
Hey.
even tell you who that is.
Yo!
Okay.
I don't wanna-
Why are you doing this?
Just like, don't talk to
Just,
her.
yeah, don't ask questions. Let
hi,
me talk to you for a
Aiden.
second, Aiden, because we're doing something called the second date update on our show here. You ever heard of that before?
Okay. Yeah, I think I've heard it before.
Okay.
Okay,
Common
that's cool.
segment.
Yeah, it's where we help out our listeners and try and hook them up on a second date after they've gone out with somebody. So
Okay.
you recently went out with a woman who listens to our show named Morgan.
And it doesn't sound like you're ghosting Morgan or anything. I guess you guys have been texting and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've trying to be nice a little bit. She seems fine. She's definitely unique.
She's unique. Is that good to you? Is unique good?
Nice, fine, unique. Those aren't usually glowing
I'm trying,
reviews.
Jeff.
Did she tell you like how the date went?
We got some details from it. We heard you were out at a bar together.
Yeah.
And you guys talked about some interesting things.
Yeah.
After having
true.
some drinks, of course.
Little truth serum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little discussion about some of your most memorable dates.
Right. So, oh my gosh. So she told you that about that story?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about her story, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, what how'd you hear it? I just am
So she said her most memorable date was that she went on a date while she was still engaged to a guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How'd that sit?
And yeah, that definitely was like pretty weird to me.
Sorry, did you say progressive of her?
Progressive.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, she isn't owned by anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely one way to put it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. We got some red flags in this room when we heard that, too.
Oh my gosh,
Right,
totally.
yeah.
And we told her that, but she took it well.
Right. So, I mean, that was the first thing.
Oh,
But,
that was the first thing? Was there more?
well, if you like got super flirty and was like asking questions that were a little like, I don't know, maybe for later in the date or like for a second date.
Like what?
She was asking me if I was like a butt or a boob guy.
Oh,
and,
You don't like that?
like I wasn't ready to be like talking about that yet.
See,
You
Jeff,
can
it
just
wasn't a good move. Do you remember you told her, oh, that's a great move,
Yeah.
talking about
Oh,
how
I
you
love
want to
that
get
stuff.
breast
I
enhancements?
don't know why you're bashing me right now.
Because I
We're
told you
trying
it wasn't a good move. He didn't like it.
Everybody's different, Brooke. It's
I
okay.
think majority of guys would agree, and you can always just say both, brother.
Well, and what it sounds like is she was just trying to set it up so that she could brag about maybe getting
Yeah.
a boob job at some point.
She was kind of leading.
Yeah.
So was that like inappropriate to you?
It was definitely on the line. And she immediately
Yeah, okay.
mentioned, "Oh, I'm getting breast enhancements,"
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, kind of caught off guard, and I said, like, "Well, you don't seem like the type."
Oh.
And just because like she didn't seem like she needed that, she was so confident in herself anyway.
There's a lot of confident
Yeah.
women that still get plastic surgery.
Yeah, it's about how it makes them feel.
I mean, do you think that was off-putting to her when you said that she wasn't the type?
She seemed like excited about it to like prove me wrong, because then
What?
she reaches into her shirt and whips out this like jelly type thing and plops it down on the table.
It's a cutlet. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said it's like the saline bag, and I guess
No.
they give them to you like at the medical center
So
to
you
like
can put
try
them
it
in your
out.
bra.
It's like a pro water balloon.
Yeah, I mean,
What?
she just whipped them out and put it on the table and said, "I'm taking these babies for a test run this
Oh my
weekend."
god. I'm
And-
sorry.
I love her.
Did you not laugh? Like that's pretty funny.
I think I laughed, but I was definitely uncomfortable. It was, I like somebody who's fun and outgoing, and she's definitely that. But this was like insane.
It's a lot for a first date.
Insane. I'm not insane.
Oh, that's not gonna help.
And then she laughed.
Hold on. Is that her?
Yeah.
Is she listening?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's supposed to wait till we call her in, but Aiden, Morgan's been on the other line wanting to talk to you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, I was a little tipsy, and I had a little problem controlling what I was saying. And at that point, I was kind of doing damage control, but I think I was doing a lot more damage. And
Yeah.
you're that type of guy. You took your picture on a toilet,
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Your one of your profile pics or whatever in your dating app was you on a toilet, she said.
We heard about that.
Well, I mean, it's not like my pants were down. I was just making fun of bathroom selfies. Like, come on.
Well,
Okay.
I know, but it kind of sets the tone, right, for your type of humor.
Sounds like maybe you were trying to match each other's energy.
Maybe I was kind of going into the date like a bit more serious, and I just was not ready to dive in the deep end.
Yeah.
Like Morgan was.
You needed a lifeguard by the end of that date.
Yeah, Morgan slapped you in the face.
You kind of just have to get used to me. Like, I'm an acquired taste.
Oh, okay. That's a
Don't say
red
that.
flag. That's anytime someone says you'll get used to them or you'll get used to me, that's always a...
It's the same of like, if you can't stand me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best.
Unapologetically me.
Yeah.
It's true.
I see that one a lot.
Which I think is sexy, by the way.
Yeah.
For the
Me
record.
too, Jeff.
Oh, Aiden, I'm just trying here, okay? I mean, I'll say Morgan sounds fun.
Yeah.
She sounds like you know what you're getting, okay?
That's a good point.
You know, she's laid it out there.
She's very, very brutally honest.
Yeah, I will say, Morgan, you did good by like telling me about that story. I feel like even though it wasn't a good light on you, you still told the story. So I guess that's good to be like,
Exactly.
kind of to show your skeleton in the
Look at
closet.
that, Jeff, we're making some progress.
Yeah. I mean, the guarantee for you, Aiden, is if you go out with her, there will be no shortage of excitement.
Yeah, I guess I could go with like a little bit less anxiety on a date.
Oh, anxiety.
I'm
Okay.
hearing that you're at least thinking about it,
Yeah.
so we'd like to offer to send you on a date that we would pay for.
Yeah, once you go on like 3 or 4 dates with me, all that stuff I do is normal,
Okay. Yeah, it's like you.
I'm a very awkward person, and I like to laugh at myself, so.
That's true. She has been such a good sport, and we have given her a hard time.
It's hard to turn that down, Aiden. We need an answer, Aiden. Yes or no, you want to see her again?
Yeah, dude.
You know what? Let's give it a shot.
All right.
Just make sure you don't get engaged to her. That's kind of the worst thing.
Hey, maybe you can try out her saline bags, huh? I would want to put them under my shirt. That's why I'm saying
you want him to wear them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kind of cool to see
What
it
did you
feels
think?
Nah, let's not talk about it.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Hey, I'm Jay Shetty, and I'm the host of On Purpose. In this week's episode, I had the honor to interview President Joe Biden in his first ever personal interview about mental health.
We have an enormous opportunity, but the thing I want to change is American attitude. We can do anything. There's nothing we've ever set our mind to we've not been able to do we've done together. For real.
Listen to On Purpose with Jay Shetty on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, I'm Wilmer Valderrama, executive producer of the new podcast, De My Abuelita First. Each week, the incredible Vico Ortiz and fabulous Abuelita Liliana Montenegro will play matchmaker for a group of hopeful romantics. Right, Vico?
You know it. Listen to Date My Abuelita First, Thursdays on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And remember, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Just do it better. Besitos.
On How Rude, Tanneritos, the Full House Rewatch podcast. Join characters Stephanie Tanner and Kimmy Gibbler, also known as actresses Jodie Sweetin and Andrea Barber, as they relive every episode of your favorite Friday night comfort show.
We spent our entire childhoods on a little show called Full House. Playing frenemies, but becoming besties whenever the cameras weren't rolling. And now, 35 years later, it's our biggest adventure yet.
Listen to How Rude, Tanneritos on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.